foundation, I call it a hybrid. You can give a different finish to this foundation with different primers. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Vasilikis, and in this video we're going to be talking about drugstore foundations for dry skin. I have a variety of products today. I am going to start with the more dewy foundations, and I also have some more mattifying products that they are very comfortable for dry skin. My favorite way to apply my foundation is with a damp beauty sponge. I prefer this way because I like the freshness of the sponge, and also the water of the sponge is locking in place the foundation. In case that you are in a hurry and you don't have time to apply your foundation with a sponge, you can use a buffer brush, apply the product very quickly on your face, and after that take a damp sponge and press it very lightly on your skin so that you can have a very smooth application. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's start with the first foundation. I have here a foundation that it gives such a beautiful finish to the skin. It is a dewy foundation, and this is the Dream Satin Liquid by Maybelline, and this one also has moisturizing serum and also SPF 13. I got mine in the shade 20 Cameo. At the end of the day, my skin looks always very moisturized, natural, healthy, something that everyone that has dry skin wants. The consistency of this one is like a moisturizer. It reminds a little bit moussey foundations, but it's not the same. It is more like a moisturizer with color. It gives a medium coverage. I also like that it doesn't oxidize. Something that I don't like is the packaging. The pump broke on me the very first days that I was using this foundation, and now it's a little bit more challenging to take the product out from the tube. This one is not a very sticky foundation. You don't need a lot of powder to set it. I highly recommend this one if you want a healthy glow to your skin. You will have it with this foundation for sure. After that, I have another foundation that gives a super glowy finish to your skin, and this is the Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup by Essence. This one has a complex of vitamins B3, E, provitamin B5, and also cranberry water. It makes your skin look so glowy and healthy. It is long lasting. This one is also a not very liquidy foundation. It has a thicker consistency. You don't need a lot of product because it is so easy to blend it on your skin. It gives a medium coverage. It doesn't give a full coverage finish. With this one, you need to be a little careful when you try to find the correct shade for you because it oxidizes one shade darker. I'm not a huge fan of dewy foundations, but this is also half empty, just so you know. Let's continue with a foundation that gives a super glowy finish, and this is the Fit Me Luminous and Smooth Foundation by Maybelline. This is for normal to dry skin. This is one of the foundations that it is very sticky. You need to set it with powder, and after a lot of hours it still looks very glowy. It has a very lightweight formula. It is a liquidy foundation. You don't need a lot of this foundation, and it gives a medium coverage that if you want something natural, I think you don't care that the foundation is not full coverage. This one gives a more glowy effect than this here. The next foundation, I call it a hybrid just because you can give a different finish to this foundation with different primers, and this is the Essence Insta Perfect Liquid Makeup. It claims that it gives a strong matte effect. It is waterproof. The first time that I tried this one, it was not matte at all. It was very dewy that I don't mind, but I prefer a matte finish, and it also claims it gives a matte finish, so I was very surprised. With mattifying primers you can make it completely matte, and with glow boosting primers you can give that glowy finish to your skin, and that's why I call it a hybrid, because you can do whatever you want with this one. You can have a matte finish, a glowy finish. About the coverage, this has a medium coverage. a light to medium coverage, I would say, because it doesn't even cover the veins that I have. So I would suggest this one to someone that doesn't have a lot of things to cover, a lot of pimples, discolorations, veins, and you just want a very lightweight product for your dry skin. Something that I don't like with this foundation is that it is very sticky. You need a lot of powder to make it completely matte. The packaging of this one is very different from all the foundations that I have in front of me, with a droplet but not an individual droplet. I like the packaging because it is so easy to have it in your purse. It is a very lightweight foundation. It contains 30 milliliters of product like all the foundations that I am going to show you today. Let's continue with one of the new foundations that I have tried and I absolutely love, and this is the Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear by L'Oreal. This one gives a satin finish. It's not completely matte or glowy and it looks super natural on the skin. Also, I like that the coverage is medium to full if you want. With this one, you don't need a lot of product to have a medium coverage effect for your skin, and I like that because I don't want to use a lot of product all the time on my skin. This is a very liquidy foundation and a lightweight, very comfortable on your skin. I would also suggest this one for someone that has oily skin because it's not very glowy. It gives just the right amount of healthy glow to your skin and it doesn't look greasy or something. This one is oxidizing a shade darker. If you want a full coverage with this one, you can use a sponge and also a brush if you want a more airbrush effect, and I like this one a lot. It is a very easy foundation to use. It has very nice coverage. The last couple of months I was very lucky that I have tried this foundation that I am going to show you now, and this is the Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation by NYX. This foundation gives a mattifying finish to your skin. It is super comfortable for dry skin. I like it because I can also use it with a glow boosting primer if I want to make it a little bit more dewy. It gives a full coverage but it doesn't look plasticky on the skin. Every time I use this one, I never feel something on my skin. I don't have that mask effect of thick foundation. It doesn't cling on dry areas of my skin. It looks super smooth. This also oxidizes a shade darker. You can find it in a lot of shades. Now I'm going to show you my favorite drugstore foundation that I buy all the time. Every time that I am testing a new face product like a primer, a setting powder, a concealer, I will use this foundation because it is so good. And this is the Infallible 24-Hour Matte by L'Oreal. This one gives a matte finish to the skin. It is full coverage. That means you can use a little less product and you can also have medium coverage. This one also doesn't make your skin look flaky. It is super smooth and I buy it all the time. It never irritates my skin. It gives a matte finish, but it is super comfortable for dry skin and long lasting. If you don't want to have a mattifying effect, you can also use it with a liquid highlighter or a glow boosting primer. It mixes very well with a lot of different products. I have talked about the next foundation again on my channel because it is so good, it is affordable, it has very nice coverage. You don't need a lot of product with this foundation, and this is the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation by Catrice Cosmetics. It is mattifying and it gives a second skin effect. That's true, it looks very natural on the skin and it never irritated or made my skin drier. This one comes with a droplet and you don't need a lot of this product. It is very liquidy, it is very long lasting, and you can also use it if you have oily skin. This one also feels like nothing on the skin. I would say that these two, they give a more mattifying effect. This one is like a satin matte finish. It's not that very matte effect. It's not like the L'Oreal Fresh Wear. It is something in between Fresh Wear and these mattifyings here. I have the shade 40. This is not the correct shade for me. I always use it with some transformer drops by Catrice Cosmetics. If you don't like using dewy foundations in the summer, you can try some of these mattifying foundations. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you have tried any of these foundations, and also if you have another drugstore foundation that you like, and what skin type you have. Do you have oily skin, combination, dry? You can also watch some more foundation reviews here. I have done a wear test and close-ups, so you can actually see how the foundations look on my skin and if they are long-lasting. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!